Okay, so we're starting back off with the next page. And this is a letter, Saturday, June 22nd, letter from Elodie to her brother Troy. Dear Troy, there is another one. This is another one of those letters I'm not sending you, but I'm writing anyway because I'm locked in the school library since they all of a sudden think those inmates might be in the woods we just ran through on our relay race. The course went right through the nature trail, and there were cops behind every tree. You'd think that'd be scary as heck running down a chute full of police, but it was okay. They cheered when I ran through. Way to go, and great pace, runner. Keep it up. Loud, too, like they meant it. We won the race, me and Nora and Lizzie. There only ended up being 2 teams, but the other one was made up of those jerk boys, and we didn't know if we'd be able to keep up, but we did. I had some ground to make up in the last leg, and I almost lost it slipping in the grass at the end. But I kicked hard and blew past that boy so fast he didn't know what went down. It was pretty sweet. I wish Mama could have seen it, but she's at work today. Wish you could have been there too. I don't know what's going on down outside now, but none of it sounds good. I'm going to write some lines so I don't have to keep listening and wondering. In that Hamilton musical, I saw there was a song called 10 Dual Commandments, and races are kind of like duels, so love you, Elodie. The 10 Race Commandments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're counting down the 10 race commandments. Number 10, find yourself a team, a couple of other athletes who can run like a dream. Number 9, figure out your spots. Save your fastest for the anchor if you want to have a shot. Number 8, the day before the race, if you want to be a winner, you got to start hydrating and eat a solid dinner. Then get yourself to bed and start counting sheep. You ain't going to own the course without a good night's sleep. Number 7, wake up before dawn. Practice once more handing off that baton. Number 6, when the sun creeps up and starts shining, head on over to the start so you can sign in. Number 5, get your spikes inspected. Listen to directions where you'll hit a straightaway and where you got to turn. Don't give anything away. Push it hard. Feel the burn. Number 4, hold fast to that baton till it's really time to swap it. You're out of the race if anybody drops it. Number 3, ain't no room on this course for attitude. You start throwing elbows and you're gonna get DQ'd. You gotta keep it cool when the competition's crass. Don't get yourself distracted by some losers talking trash. Keep your eye on the prize cause it's all a head game. Just focus on that finish line and take deadly aim. Number 2, the thing ends right here in the park, so keep to your lane. No pain, no pain. No gain, no gain. Runners, take your marks. Number 1, set. Is there going to be a gun? No. We opted not to take any chances. People might be scared under the circumstances. Oh, ready? Then go. P.S. I'm done, and they still have us locked in here. At least I have my phone. Wish you had one so I could talk to you. Saturday, June 22nd. Text messages between Nora and Elodie. Elodie, hey. Nora, hey, you okay? Elodie, yeah, this is going on forever. Nora, where are you? Elodie, library. Nora, where? Elodie, by the computers. Nora, I'm on the floor by the new books display. Elodie, I'll come find you. Nora, they said not to move around. Elodie, I'll be stealthy. It may take a while. Nora, I'll be here. Thanks. Saturday, June 22nd, letter from Nora Tucker continued. Anyway, Lizzie and I screamed down the street at Elodie with every bit of voice we had left. Cole's friends had all gone to the finish line, so we were the only ones left. You can do this, Elodie, I shouted when she was close enough to hear. You're stronger than he is. Come on. I don't know if Elodie heard me, but Cole did. His face was already clenched up from running so hard, but his eyes locked on me and he ran even harder. So did Elodie. They were even when they turned into the circle. They flew past Lizzie and me and started down the edge of the field. Lizzie, come on. We have to book it if we want to see the end. I grabbed my backpack, cut across the field, and ran for the finish line like I was racing too. We made it just as Elodie and Cole turned into the final stretch. Get her, Cole, Walker shouted. His face was all red. Come on, man. Don't let a girl beat you. Come on, Elodie. You can do this, I screamed. Right then, Elodie's running shoes slid on the wet grass. She didn't fall, but it was enough to break her stride, and Cole pulled ahead. Yeah, Josh shouted and pumped his fist. Yeah, man, you got this. For a second, it looked like he did, but Elodie had just one last kick left. She blew past Cole and crossed the finish line first. Cole didn't stop to shake hands or anything. He turned and walked towards the woods. You could tell he was too mad to even look at anybody. Walker followed him. I didn't care where they went to cry because Elodie won. We all did. Yes, I screamed. And that's when the tires screeched out by the road. Sirens started wailing, and all at once 4 police cars peeled out of the school parking lot and raced over the bridge toward town. What's going on? I asked Mr. Simmons because he was right there at the finish line holding the carnival relay trophy. But he looked surprised and confused too. Our nature trail state troopers all came running out of the woods with their hands on their guns and asked Mr. Simmons waved one of them over. Is everything all right? He asked. Do we need to get people inside? The trooper pulled a radio from his belt and talked into it. School administration is asking if a shelter in place is necessary at this time. What should I advise? He waited. We all did. The sirens got quieter. Then the radio squawked. Not at this time. Over. I let out my breath. I didn't even know I'd been holding it. You're fine, the trooper told Mr. Simmons. We had a report unconfirmed of a hunting camp broken into recently with guns and ammunition missing. But that's 5 miles east of here, so you can stand by for now. All right, thank you, officer. Mr. Simmons turned in the circle. Everybody had gathered around him. He looked like he didn't quite know what to do now. So, if we could all stay nearby for now, that would be great. Once we know that all is well, we'll go ahead with the what's next, the bike parade. He kind of gave a weak smile. And of course, I have a date with some water balloons as well. Mr. Simmons stepped away to make a phone call, and Elodie walked up to Lizzie and me. Hey, she said. Hey, that's all you have to say after that most amazing race in the history of races? I gave her a fist bump. That was awesome, Lizzie said. Elodie smiled. It was pretty fun at the end there. You obliterated him. I hope somebody was videotaping because May I have your attention, please? Mr. Simmons had found his bullhorn. State police are requesting that we evacuate the school grounds at this time. There is not a current threat, however, they've requested that everyone go home in order to facilitate the investigation. We'll open up the school building for those of you who need to call and wait for rides. In the meantime, please stay nearby. Josh walked up to Mr. Simmons. I gotta go find Cole and Walker, okay? I'm getting a ride with Cole's dad. Where are they? Asked Mr. Simmons. Down the nature trail. Fine, run up and holler for them to come back, please. We need everyone to start heading home. Before Josh could run anywhere, Cole and Walker came busting out of the trees. I couldn't believe they had anything left after the way we beat them. But they were running even faster than they had been in the race. Inmates! Cole shouted between gulps of air. He kept running toward us, flailing one arm back at the trees. There, he bent over, coughing. Mr. Simmons ran up to him, pulled him up to stand, and said, What? They're in there, in the woods, Cole spit out, a mouthful of whatever he'd coughed up. It was them. They had green prison pants on and everything. We saw them. He looked at Walker. Walker nodded. His eyes were huge. They saw us, too. Then everything got chaotic and awful. People ran and pushed, and we got herded into the school. I got separated from Lizzie and Elodie, and I couldn't find Sean or Owen or anybody, so I just kept moving. The water I drank after the race was turning around in my stomach while I got shoved down the hall and hurried into the library to sit in a corner with my sweaty backpack pressed against a bookshelf. I took it off and pulled out my notebook, and now I'm back to the now, writing to you. The helicopters are still circling. We have to wait here until the area is secure, until police are sure we can't leave without inmates coming in after us in the parking lot. It was supposed to be over by the time I finished telling you this story, but it's not. Elodie's in the library somewhere too. She texted and was coming to find me, but she hasn't yet. I hope she's still trying. I hope she doesn't get in trouble. It's weird. With everything that's just happened, the race and the shouting and the confusion and the pushing, the one thing I can't stop thinking about is Walker's face. Every bit of cockiness was gone. He looked pale and sweaty and terrified, like he'd just seen a ghost. I guess he did in a way. After all those days, they're still here, outside our school, hiding, waiting. And now that I'm done telling the story so far, I'm really scared again. Your friend from the past, Nora Tucker.